Welcome back to Birmingham, England's second city and home of the YONEX All England Championships since 1994. So the 33rd time it's been held here in Birmingham. Isn't that lovely? We walk back along the canals to our hotel, Steen and I, at the end of play each day. Well, next up is men's doubles. In fact, we're going to finish with two men's doubles, but the first of them is the defending champions and reigning world champions, Kim Won-ho and Soh Seung-jae, up against the former world number ones, Kim Astrup and Anders Rasmussen. Well, with it being the number one seeds, this of course is the top half of the draw, and the Olympic silver medalist Liang Wei-kang and Wang Chang of China is the only match that's concluded so far. They've booked their place in the quarter-final stage.
Stepping onto the Minoru Yoneyama court in the men's doubles, the number one seeds from Korea, Kim Won-ho and Soh Seung-jae. And Denmark's Kim Astrup and Anders Rasmussen.
The current world number ones against the former world number ones. The 2026 number one seeds in the men's doubles against the number one seeds from 2025 in the men's doubles. What a difference a year makes. This will be a fourth meeting between these two pairs, and all three previous meetings have been won by Kim and Soh from Korea. The last time they met was the only time it's gone to 3 games. That was the semi-final of the French Open last year, but 21-9 in the deciding game.
This side. You serve, receive, you receive.
So I believe the Koreans won the toss of the coin and chose ends. And so the players will just swap ends before the warm-up period starts. Well, a year ago, as the number one seeds, Astrup and Rasmussen lost in the very first round. They lost to Fikri and Martin in 2 close games. This is Kim Won-ho, who's 26 years of age, from Suwon. 184, is just over 6 foot tall. A third as a combination because they actually played together in 2018. They lost in the first round to Lee Junhui and Liu Yu-chen. Winners last year, beating Kanando and Maulana in the final. Soh Seung-jae is 28 years of age from Bunan. And as far as they're concerned, this is only their second tournament of the year. They won the Malaysian Open, the first of the Super 1000 events. This is the second of the Super 1000 events. 33rd consecutive week as world number ones from the 22nd of July last year. Beat Ben Lane and Sean Vendy. Very sadly, Sean Vendy injured a knee in the second game and was forced to retire. I've been reading his social media posts, and he says that he hopes it's not as bad and as serious as he originally feared. So that's great news, fingers crossed, and we all wish him very good recovery and speedy recovery too. Kim Astrup will turn 34 tomorrow. So a happy birthday for tomorrow, the left-handed Kim Astrup. Born in Herning, and they're currently number 10 on the world ranking, but did spend 23 weeks from the middle of December 2024 as world number ones. Anders Rasmussen turned 37 last month, and they were in the quarter-final of the German Open last week. No finals last year for the Danes. That was a bit of a surprise, but they beat Chung and Heikel, the left-handed Heikel of Malaysia in the first round. That was on Tuesday, 21-13, 21-17 in 38 minutes. So our umpire for this one is Gavin Smith of England, and Vicky Hatton is the service judge, also from England. Well, a year ago, when the Koreans won this title, they weren't even seeded. That's extraordinary now to think of it, especially as they won 11 titles last year. That's a new record in the men's doubles discipline.
Ladies and gentlemen,
calendar year.
On my right, Kim Astrup and Rasmussen, Denmark. And on my left, Kim Won-ho, Seo Sung-jae, Korea. Kim Astrup to serve to Seo Sung-jae. Love all. Play.
So the former world number ones from Denmark against the current world number ones. Fasten your seatbelts. This could be fast and furious. Oh my goodness. Well, that's extraordinary.
Service over.
This is their 13th consecutive All England Championships. You'd think they'd know each other's games and who's going for what.
They played for 15 years. Yeah. And start out with that one. How was that?
Yeah, well played.
Service over. 1-all. Service over. 2-1.
Unbelievable defence from Seo Sung-jae. Well, we were worried about Seo Sung-jae's shoulder at the January tournaments. In fact, the Koreans pulled out of the India Open. And he didn't hit those smashes terribly hard, did he, Steve?
No. I think on day one when they played Lane and Wendy, he fired some smashes that was close to full power, but this is not the tournament you want to sort of start in if you want to preserve your shoulder a little bit.
Because
it's
of the
really hard work.
Because of the slow playing conditions. Yeah.
2-3. Service ball called.
Service fault called. Too high, called on Kim Astrup.
4-2.
The whole of the shuttle must be struck below the 115 centimetre mark. Yeah, she's the only one that can see properly as to how high that serve was. Yeah, good placement of the smash from Seo Sung-jae. You see, Steen, you don't need a hard smash if you place it well.
Exactly, and then he's also got the steepness in his attack. Seo Sung-jae.
Service over. 3-5.
This time he got the right length on his fix serve, Anders Rasmussen.
4-5.
across the body of Rasmussen.
Service over, 6-4.
Oh, my goodness. That's extraordinary. 2 misunderstandings
7-4.
in these early stages. You hardly ever see them have a misunderstanding.
We have to stress that it was in the previous match there was a pair that was playing their first individual tournament together.
Yeah. 15 years of experience. It's got to be one of the longest partnerships in the sport's history,
Yes,
hasn't it?
I think so.
Service over.
Maybe Bowen Morganson could
7.
challenge it.
But didn't they split up towards the end?
They split up towards the end.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons we see this is that they're obviously the first ones to be aware that they haven't played that well, actually, ever since they won the World Tour Finals 2 years ago.
Since they became world number 1.
Since they became world number 1. Anders Rasmussen got an injury and they were out for quite some time and haven't really played well, and hasn't played well this year either. So they know that they have to play much, much better in order to be competitive in this match here.
Yeah.
And that means that they're sort of both eager to get to it, and that creates these unexplainable misunderstandings.
Yeah, it was extraordinary that they didn't reach a final the whole of last year, when you consider in 2024, 7 finals, winning 4 of them. The year prior to that, in 2023, 6 finals, winning 5 titles.
Service over,
Yeah.
6-8.
And last year, the best was 4 semi-finals.
Yeah, and one of them at the Worlds, and that sort of like saved the season to some extent.
Yes, but I can't help but think about that semi-final at the World Championships in Paris last year, Steve. 21-12, 21-3.
7-8.
They lost to the pair that they're playing today.
That's right.
I mean, in a semi-final of a World Championships, losing a game to 3.
That hurts.
It does
That
hurt.
hurts.
It must hurt. Oh, gosh, she's quick at the net, Kim Won-ho.
Service over, 9-7. Service.
Good work.
Service over, 8-9.
Anders, når Kim lægger presset, så følg med her. Ikke? Op på den.
Stavngård ordering Anders Rasmussen to be ready when Kim Astrup is applying pressure. He's got to follow suit.
That's well left.
Service over, 10-8.
Well, there's been some wonderful rallies so far. Yeah, good return of serve and stood his ground at the net, Kim Astrup.
9-10. Service over.
So to the mid-game interval,
Interval.
a defensive error mistimed by Rasmussen, and it means that the defending champions Kim Won-ho and So Seung-jae have a 2-point advantage at the mid-game interval.
쟤네 혈 갖고 이럴 때 중간거 하지 마. 그냥 올려줘. 쟤네들 공격하라. 어차피 공격이 강한 거 전혀 없어. 낮게 올리니까 그
왼손잡이가 들어오면
이거 하잖아,
거의 붙이는
바로.
동작뿐이 없잖아. 거의 붙이는 거. 쟤네들 공격하려고 킴이 계속 왼손잡이가 붙이는 동작이니까 그것만 좀만 너희가 빨리 판단하면 되지. 체크하면 된단 말이야.
그러니까 앞에서 다시 한번 중간볼 보내는 게 이게 여의치 않으면 높게 올리고.
Bagheden væk. Det er ikke den, vi er bange for. Ikke? For vi kan sagtens stå defen. Pas på, når vi er inde i det her bandspil, at vi ikke kommer til at skifte ud. Bare en lang side. Jeg går med ham der. Ja.
쟤 초구 강한 공격력은 없으니까 안 때린다.
11-9.
So 11-9 as play resumes. Thomas Stangor, the Danish head coach, giving the instruction to the Danes.
There was
Service
Anders
over.
Rasmussen
10,
standing
11.
exactly where the coaches wanted him to stand. A very, very forward position in the defense.
That was a lovely serve, tumble serve from Astrup. Oh, that's a wild one.
Service over.
Wasn't in position,
12-10.
Rasmussen.
계속 움직이게 만들어야 돼. 움직이게.
Be careful now, the Danes.
Why do you say that? Do you sense
It's the long rally that they played before, where Rasmussen wasn't able to convert it. Neither were Kim Astrup. And now that quick reply on the service return there.
Service fault call.
service fault
To
now?
Howe. Service
Kim
over.
Won-ho.
11-13.
That's
a beauty.
brilliant. What a shot.
Service over. 14-11.
That's the last one.
Such disguise.
And those two long rallies that the Koreans came out on top on, that sort of signals to the Danes that we've got difficulty scoring. And they do.
Yeah. That's landed in.
15-11.
뒤에 몸쪽으로 오는 볼 봐야 돼.
Kim Astrup's gone off to change his racket.
I'm not sure he picked up the right racket. I think he may have picked up his partner's racket.
16-11.
He didn't see. He went march back off to change it again after the rally.
Ligger og river på krydset tværs her.
Ja, jeg kommer med frem i angsten der. Ja, jeg har selv angsten. Nej, jeg har.
3 straight points and now a 5-point advantage.
Service over. 12-16. Service over, 17-12.
Oh, my goodness, the reactions. Oh, behind the back from Kim Won-ho. To no avail in the end.
Service over, 13-17.
They're playing the front court well, the Danes.
It was the behind the back.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me.
Service over.
Service error from Rasmussen.
13.
That's lovely, isn't it?
19-13.
Well, that error from Rasmussen means that there's 7 game point opportunities for Kim Won-ho and So Seung-jae. How on earth did Kim Won-ho keep that shuttle coming back? Yeah. That's good combination play by
Service over,
the Danes.
14-20. Game.
So, on their second game point opportunity,
First game won by Kim Won-ho.
21-14 in favour of the defending champions, Kim Won-ho and So Seung-jae. 18 minutes almost for that opening game.
앞에서 막 위에서 잡는 것은 괜찮아 지금. 조금 밑에 갔을 때 중간 볼을 줄 때 쟤네들은 높게 맞는 거 싫어하잖아. 어? 그냥 하면 올려놓고 해. 낮게 올리지 말고 높게 올리는 거. 제일 싫어. 높게 올리는 거.
그러니까 뭐 우리가 서비스 볼 때 약간의 좀 코스만 봐줘. 계속 너희가 가운데 맞으니까 몸 쪽으로 계속 붙인단 말이야. 뒤로 칠 때 조금만 바꿔줘. 조금만 약간만 코스만 약간만 바꿔주고. 그리고 뭐 지금 서비스 넣고 꼭 뒤에 뒷사람한테 오는 것만 아니니까.
앞으로만 보여야지. 왼쪽에서 하면 되는데.
서브 보니까 앞 사람이 그냥 준비는 ha고 있어야 돼.
Nul server indtil videre. Vi ved med at gå på dem og trykke fremad.
Prøver rigtig godt ned i deres baghånd. Lige meget hvem det er.
Vi skal sætte, vi ved, de er slet ikke komfortable over. Altså, de skærper sig lige lidt på et tidspunkt, og så smider vi nogle point her.
Det er der, vi skal holde fast. Det er også der, vi skal være.
Ja, det er det, fordi vi spiller hamrende godt. Ja. Men vi er nødt til lige at være skarpe, når vi stiller os op her og modtager og server, at vi er klar på at rykke på dem i den her servesituation her, ikke?
Og så når den kommer over mange gange, vi ved med fucking at være stedige. Og bevæger os ind i boldene. Jeg kan sagtens holde på den, men vi skal nok få den ned.
Vi sætter et pisse godt tryk på dem i starten og stresser dem rigtig meget for forbanen her.
Brug de returer, der virker.
Ja. Bare lidt kort hans sidste der. Så, hvad skal der?
Second game. Love all. Play.
So the #1 seeds, Kim Won-ho and So Seung-jae, one game to the good against the #1 seeds from last year, Astrup and Rasmussen. The difficult thing, I guess, for the coaching by the Danish coach in that break, Steen, is that I don't think the Danes were playing that badly.
No, that was also what he stressed, that so we're playing well. They're not totally comfortable on the other side, but they raised their game at certain occasions. We had those two long rallies, and then we have a fallout for a few shots, and that's points for the Koreans, and it's hard to come by them and sort of bounce back. So we have to stay alert. That's where the Danes have played well, in my opinion, in the service situation, pushing on the front court. They tell each other that if the Koreans are playing defensively and lifting it over them, they've got to be stubborn, they've got to keep on attacking. And I actually think that once in a while there, it's clever to give away the attack and not use all of your energy. That was one thing that Rasmussen was alluding to as well.
Oh, that's a very efficient kill from Kim Won-ho.
Service over.
Of course, the Koreans are
3-1.
coming into this match on a 21 match winning streak, Steen, because they won the French Open last autumn, and then the Kumamoto Masters, then the World Tour Finals, then the Malaysian Open, and then they pulled out of the India Open. Won a match yesterday, so 21 match winning streak. You've got to be full of confidence when you're on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what do you think?
I think it was wide. I think the Koreans will win this challenge.
Correction out.
Yes, that's a good challenge.
4-1. So, no. Play.
Nothing wrong with that smash. Good defense.
Wonderful defense.
Service over. 2-4.
Yeah,
Excellent.
he was in quickly there, Kim Astrup.
3-1. 4.
There was the little hold and push from Rasmussen. That was before that. That set it up.
Service fault called.
Oh, service fault called
Service over.
once again
5
on
3.
Astrup.
Fault. 6 3.
Well, all the players will know that they need to watch their serves, because I make it 3 service faults that have been called so far. 2 on Astrup and 1 on Kim Won-ho.
He missed it.
Yeah, too flat.
Kim Won-ho.
Service over. 4 6.
Yeah, just pointing
7
to
4.
where he should have played it.
Okay, so. 10. Service over.
Well,
Brilliant.
5
yeah, but they think
7.
it's a double hit, didn't they? Well, if it's not seen by the umpire, you were making the point earlier, then you can't call it.
Sir, be ready.
Wow, that's good work from Astrup.
It's alert on the front court today, Kim Astrup.
6 7.
They very much do have a favoured formation, though, the Danes, don't they? And indeed, it is Astrup going forward to the net, being the front court player. Whereas I think the Koreans are far more interchanging.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter which one's at the front.
Yeah, both can play there.
Well, they've done well here, the Danes. 3 straight
7,
points to get back level.
4.
That's delightful. Well. 4 straight points and into the
8
lead.
7.
That is a beauty.
Service over. 8 all.
Wow.
Nice layup to Kim Won-ho from Kim Astrup.
9-8.
Gotta be careful with those dives there in terms of body health. He's not 28 anymore.
No. It's 34 tomorrow. But I tell you what, he jumped back up quickly enough for a 34-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh,
Service
fault
Too
called
high. Service over.
on Kim Won-ho again.
9-all.
4 service faults called throughout the match. Brilliant.
Service over.
Nice steep attack from the
10-9.
Koreans. Very difficult to turn it around. The best shot is actually a block.
Yeah, good work. All about setting up your partner at the front of the court to try and intercept. And Astrup did it quite brilliantly in that rally. Well left.
11-10.
And it is the
Interval.
Danes who go to the mid-game interval with the advantage, albeit just a solitary point advantage.
Hver gang vi slår 60-70 med krop på, så laver de en dårlig opsamling. Ja, ikke det hårdeste, Mads.
Fordi at han laver de der...
Men den du slår, jeg kommer ind på, det er jo et dårligt touch. Men hvis du hakker til det, så bruger han farten. Men så må vi arbejde næste gang.
Det er Kim Won-ho, der laver de der dårlige opsamlinger.
Overspilningerne, ikke Anders? Det når vi ligger med lov raket, de fungerer rigtig godt.
Ja.
Men når vi kommer frem med at ligge her, og så skubber den opad.
Men hvis vi så
Også-
laver den,
også
så
det
skal
der,
vi
der
begge
er-
to
Stå
ind og stå
langt
sådan
frem.
her
Ja,
og
langt
komme
frem.
fremad, fordi de kommer kun med flade smash eller drop.
Ja, lige præcis. Der kommer ikke
Jeg tror
andet.
måske også bare, at jeg skal have et, hvor jeg køber lidt mere tid, end at prøve at fange ham.
Ja, så bare smid op i
Ja.
anden side.
For vi vinder for oppen af.
Ja, så.
Holder vi fast her.
Ja.
Clear.
So a slender advantage, but when you consider they were 4-7 adrift, they've done awfully well in this second game, the Danes. Oh dear, that was another misunderstanding.
Service over. 11-all.
What was Thomas Thangor saying? What was the focus?
He was saying something about when they play over the Koreans, they have to stay really forward, really close to the net with the rackets ready. Rasmussen, he had a correct point in my opinion, and that was that when the Danes, they hit smashes at 60 or 70%, that stays in. When they hit 60-70%, they get some chances. If they hit full power smashes, the Koreans are just using the pace against the Danes. Whether it's 60 or 70%, that's perhaps a little bit too low, but let's say sub max power smashes is the key, instead of really hitting full power and sort of perhaps getting out of balance. This was 3 really bad rallies from the Danes.
11.
Not ready enough at all.
Good flick serve.
And once again, taking the pace out of the shot towards Kim Won-ho. That was what they agreed upon, the Danes, that it was when they reduced the pace to Kim Won-ho that their best opportunities came. It's not always that there's an opportunity coming. I think actually the Koreans have been good at stepping forward to the more soft-paced shots.
Service over.
Well, there wasn't really any
14,
advantage.
12.
In fact, it was a disadvantage gained by the flick serve there. I don't know whether it simply wasn't good enough or whether we need to praise So Seung-jae for getting back so quickly.
Yeah. Good shot. That's the situation where 2 or 3 shots prior to that, I feel that he should have sort of just accepted the fact that this was not going to be productive and just lift to the Koreans. Let them see what they can do in the offense.
5 of the 6 points since the resumption of play after the mid-game interval in favour of the Koreans.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, at this level, Steen, you can't
do that.
You can't afford that.
It was the same thing that happened after the mid-game interval in the first game.
Great flick serve. Served
16-12, Kim.
The Danes were asked by Danish TV2 ahead of this match here if this potentially was their last All England. And they said that potentially it was.
I have to say, I have to admit, Steen, I did wonder that when I was researching this match earlier on. Because at the age of 34, basically, and 37, I mean, next year they'll be 35 and 38.
And they say that the bodies are not cooperating any longer. Kim Astrup, he doesn't know when he wakes up each morning. He can't predict whether it's a good day or a semi-good day. Problems with the hip and the foot angle.
Yeah, and he's got a young child, hasn't he?
Yes.
I mean, he wants to be able to play with his children. Maybe he'll have more children and there's life after sport.
And if you can't practice enough so you can be fully competitive, that those kind of thoughts starts to occur more and more frequently.
So it's interesting, though, that the younger of the 2 Danes is the one that seems to be struggling more with hip and ankle, you've just mentioned.
14-17.
Rasmussen, he's never been injured apart from that elbow injury when they became world #1s. Apart from that, he's never had a serious injury in his career. He's extremely durable.
Yeah, good smash.
Service over. 18,
well, we need to savour this
14.
if it is to be their last All England. The Danes have given us a huge amount of pleasure and entertainment with the way that they play over the years. Best, of course, was a semi-final back in 2021. Some may argue that was the year of the COVID travel restrictions and therefore the top Chinese players. I'm not sure whether there was any Korean players here either that year. Look at that. Oh! He doesn't miss many of those, So Seung-jae.
There might have been Korean players, but they were not that strong back then, the Korean men's doubles. This is the first pair where I would say that they're back to their dominant strength from the mid-10s or something like that.
What about So Seung-jae and Kang Min-hyuk? They won the world title in 2023.
Yeah, but the COVID was in 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, okay, you mean that they were also strong, but I agree.
Yeah.
Service over.
2 points away
19,
from the quarter-final,
15.
the defending champions. Nice.
Service over. 16,
Now or never, as far as the Danes are
19.
concerned. Yeah, it was a loose serve, but then he's been faulted twice. Probably just altered his service motion slightly, and it's just unsettled him. Brilliant. Super play by the defending champions.
Service over.
And they're on the verge
20.
of another
Match
quarter-final.
point. 16.
4 match point opportunities for Kim Won-ho and So Seung-jae. Unbelievable. That is remarkable defence. 21-14, 21-16. The margin of the victory for last year's champions, Kim Won-ho and So Seung-jae. 40 minutes for the victory. And that might be a fond farewell as far as the All England Championships are concerned for Kim Astrup and Anders Skarup Rasmussen. Well, I don't think there's any shame in their performance today, the Danes, as the Koreans pose for the photographers, but it'll be a shame not to see the Danes at the All England again. I've enjoyed them.
Yeah, they're always fun to watch, and I think actually this match here today was one of the best in a while from Astrup and Rasmussen. But So Kim clearly the better pair.
Yeah. That defence in that last rally, just extraordinary from these two. Well, we don't know who they'll play in the quarter-final tomorrow. Not yet, but we're going to find out in our next match. So they take leave of centre stage. We confirm the scoreline. Kim Won-ho and So Seung-jae beating Astrup and Rasmussen. 21-14, 21-16 in 40 minutes. Well, one more match to come today, and it's a men's doubles again. It's the European champions. It's the Popov brothers, Christo and Toma, up against the former world champions, Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi.